Okay, here's a little talk about tariffs. When you go to another country, you very often take along a bottle of American whiskey as a gift, probably that Johnny Walker Black, Johnny Walker Red, as a gift for people there if they have a liquor industry. That's a tariff going into that country. You have bought it here in the United States without a tariff because it's made here. And then you get on an airplane and you take it with you and you give it to your friend in Scotland. Because in Scotland, this costs a whole lot. On the other hand, if you come from here and you go to Scotland and you get a nice bottle of Scotch. Oh, let's get this bottle out. It's expensive here, right? Because it's imported. It's called a customs duty or an import tax or a tariff. All of those are the same. And the easiest way to explain it is, hey, when you go to Mexico, what do you get? Tequila. And you bring it back. And it's less expensive. All right. Here we have Glenmorangie made for export. Unless it's bottled here, but I don't think so. Made for export. And we buy it here, and an import tax has been paid on it. That's why foreign alcohol is more expensive than domestic alcohol. This, okay, I'm sure we have tariffs going both ways, you know. It's like if that country has a liquor industry or a whiskey industry, then we're both taxing each other. Here's a nice Irish whiskey. Established 1608, okay? That's from here. Another thing you'll see, it's imported to here. These bottles, the imports are slightly smaller. Look at this. This is a nice bottle of Glenmorangie brought in by a relative. Okay? But now we buy Glenmorangie here because it is tasty. But this was brought in as a gift from Scotland. This would be less expensive than this because this we bought here after a tariff was paid on it by the American distributor. This had no tariff paid on it, bringing it in. You also, if you traveled and tried dragging liquor around as gifts, are limited to 2 bottles. You can't, import a case of whiskey. You'd have to pay a tariff on that. So hopefully, this can tell some people who like whiskey why imported whiskey is more expensive than domestic, although we just raise our prices here to go with it. Might as well get a little extra money, huh? No. Okay. On, our French wines and all of this kind of stuff. Stay away from this. But the French wines here are very expensive compared to California wines. In France, French wines are not expensive because they are their domestic wines. And we pay a tax, a customs duty, a tariff on importing those to here because we have a domestic wine industry in the United States. So you don't have to go without these things, but they'll cost you more if they're imported. Buy American if you can. By the way, Christmas time, I have a lot of dolls I've been collecting that are still in boxes. If you need Christmas presents for your little girls only need 1 doll a year. And another thing to do would be to get yourself a pattern for a Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy and sew some and sell them. They would be American made. Make sure you look and see where the yarn's coming from. You probably have lots of scrap of fabric around that you've already gotten if you do that. You can use old clothes to make them, but don't spend any extra if you don't have to. It'd be really fun for kids when they grow up to be of this generation that had handmade dolls for Christmas for once. Lots of sewn Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andies, but not a manufactured doll that's manufactured outside of the country with some strange tariff on it or other. They're going to fall off one by one, but one by one only. Whoop, I should have done this on abroad so I could put it on YouTube.